Hey guys, Angela here, and welcome back to Hobby Night. This evening I will be hosting the Twitch stream, which is what you're about to be watching, for Games of Berkeley, which is the store that I work at, and we do a weekly paint night every Tuesday, and so in lieu of doing the actual event in the store, we have been hosting this online for the last 4 weeks, so I've been alternating with the person who actually hosts it in the store itself when we're actually open, which is Paul. I don't know if he'll be around this evening, but if he is, I'll say hi to him. And but this is my week, and so I'm going to be working on some Death Guard minis today, so this will be a little bit of our check-in for the Death Guard this week. I have the Poxwalkers here that I was working on for the second squad, so this will be the yellow-rimmed squad that we talked about. And as you can see, I did not paint this one. My husband did, but he painted up the Noxious Blightbringer, which I am incredibly pleased with. I'm really, really happy with the color palette. This basically, now that we've done this one, I basically have decided this is the color scheme I like. This is the armor combo that I like, which we've been using Militarum green for the armor. And then for the trim, we've been using Gryph-Hound orange to sort of give it that brassy, kind of rusted look. Which I think has been working very, very well.
It is admittedly Games Workshop's recommended colors for them, too.
It is. But it does work nicely, and he painted this and everything, which you did a very, very good job.
Yeah.
He's off camera here, but excellent job. So this is what we're working on now, and then later today, on this stream at some point, I'm also hoping to at least get at least one Plaguebearer started, and I'm going to be following the Noxious Blightbringer's color composition on this guy. Maybe with some minor adjustments because he's not as important of a character, but that's at least going to be the guide, so we'll see that a little bit later. But in the meantime, what I have been doing is I have one of the jacketed Poxwalkers, and I've just been using Apothecary White to paint the jacket because I want it to look sort of like a lab coat. So that's the plan going forward. If I have another one of these, I was talking about this a little bit earlier, but I don't think we were recording quite yet. I might do it in the jacket in a green, possibly even the same green that I'm doing the armor for the Death Guard in, to give it a more military look, because it is actually a peak coat. I think I said that correctly. And do something like that in the future, because I think the other ones I also did as lab jackets, which I do still kind of really like. It's a cool look. I like the pale contrast against all the other more popped colors, which is odd to say when you're talking about, rot and Nurgle and all that, but I like to use more vibrant colors. But let's continue to paint. Oh, let me also get my chat window back open. See if we've got anybody hanging out there.
We got a couple of people in chat, but it's pretty quiet tonight.
Excellent. Well, welcome everybody in chat.
Where are those flamethrowers?
They are here.
Okay, I will start doing some work on these when I come back.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
These.
How is everybody doing in chat? Anybody working on any projects? Feel free to say hello and let me know what you're working on. Ooh, oh, I need to make it so that my phone does not go to sleep. Give me one moment. Sorry about that, folks. Just trying to find my screen control so that my phone will stop going to sleep so I can actually pay attention to the chat window without having problems. But for some reason, my brain is not working and I'm not finding the place I need to be. Control, nope. Oh, there we go. Never. Excellent. Turns out I was in the right spot the first time. I just didn't click the right button. All right, there we go. Hopefully now my chat window won't close and I can actually talk to people if they are talking to me. Especially while John is away. But so far, I think this guy is going well. Hoping that this squad will be done this week. That will leave me with just, I think, one more squad actually to do. The first one is done. That is the pink-based squad. And then I have this one, which will be the yellow rim squad. And then there's going to be one more, which I think I'm going to do in like a purple or a green. I don't know yet. That's just to help me and my opponents in the future differentiate the squads, because Poxwalkers are numerous and all end up looking very, very similar. And I lose track of it, and I'm sure they probably can too sometimes, and that'll just make it easier. Thankfully, though, you know, I've been getting a lot of hobby stuff done, which has been nice. And I'm very excited to actually be working on my Death Guard army for the first time in a while. Whoop. Oh, there we go.
Never. Excellent.
Whoop.
Turns out I was in the right spot the first time.
Sorry about that. You may have just heard myself talking because my stream apparently had its sound on. Let me see if I can mute myself. Hold on. Just once. Inception, indeed. Sorry about that. All right, hopefully now the chat will be on and then my video won't actually start playing. And if it does, then I'll figure some other way to pay attention to chat. But hopefully everybody's having a good evening. I'm going to pick up some of the paint out of these little epoxy holes in the jacket so it doesn't get too heavy. You might notice a little bit of the green that I did not tidy back up with the Wraith Bone. I'm okay with that. I don't mind it because his jacket is going to be sort of dirtied at the end anyways. I think I'm going to do a little bit of weathering there just because he is a zombie. And he's probably not taking very good care of his clothes. So we will be weathering the bottoms, and so if there's any green there, it's fine. It's just going to be goopy, gross staining anyways. And it should work out very, very nicely.
But that, you may have just heard myself talking, because
we're just going to keep that off, and hopefully everybody is having a good time in chat, and John can take care of that when he gets back. Because my phone did it again. It is quite silly. Although it does feel a little weird to be doing this blind. Alright, I think... There we go. I think I need to get in there a little bit. I don't think I got in the top here. I gotta say, I do like working on the Citadel miniatures where the paint just actually sticks to it, unlike what happened 2 weeks ago when I was painting the Mushroom Lady. The paint really just did not want to stick to that one. But that's okay, it's a learning experience.
Is it going better with this one?
It is, but I had to... My sound keeps coming on my video. And so it's super loud. And so I can't have chat open.
Oh.
So.
Really? Why?
Because I can't figure out how to mute it, and I didn't want to, like, mess around with it for a super long time, so I figured I'd just wait till you got back. Alright, well, we've got his cloak done, so we're going to go ahead and pop him off here and let... Sometimes the problem with the goop, it really likes to stick. There we go. Pop him off, and we'll get another guy on. And on him, I think what I'm going to do is give him some blue pants. We're going to do probably, yeah, ultramarine blue. Nice sort of deep jean colored. blue, oddly enough, which is really funny because it's ultramarine, so it's supposed to be a little brighter, but I don't know. It always ends up looking a little dark to me. Shake it up well, because sometimes it separates, just like the Apothecary White. A little bit on our palette. And we might switch to a slightly smaller size brush depending on how this goes.
I believe that should be muted now.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you so much. There we go. Now I should have chat up again.
Huzzah.
Hopefully when the lag is done, somebody will confirm that.
Yeah, it looks like we're doing okay on lag.
Good, good. I'm glad. But
And
it's not too bad this time.
Yeah. Alright. Can you also pass me the tank so I can do a quick comparison?
Absolutely. He is... So, John is working on the gun for this guy, which is one of my 3 Plague Burst crawlers.
Yeah, I
He is?
put the flamers on him.
Yeah, I gotta put the flamers. And then this
Suppose I
is
should
the other portion of the gun.
pull it a little more towards the square.
There we go.
There you go.
How's that, everybody? But yeah, that's the gun, so he's got to just put the tips on. Originally, we had built the Plague Burst crawlers with the, what is it, the heavy...
Oh,
It was the heavy bolter
no,
equivalent?
I don't have that. It's some kind of las cannon variant.
Okay, some kind of las cannon
It's
variant.
not exactly. It's not a las cannon because the range is shorter. But
Right. It was basically whatever its other gun option is, we had built that and we popped it off and are re-gunning it mostly because of the rules update from a while back that made the flamers a lot better to take. So that is the plan with that. Sorry about that.
Paint cup.
What? Oh, it's right here.
No, I don't want that near the microphones and such.
Well, here. This is why we have 2.
Madness.
Madness!
Who has
of
2
the-
paint cups? You
Uh,
opulent wench.
It's true. I am the most opulent
Wench.
of wenches. Yeah, see, this blue, I mean, it does dry fairly saturated, and if you layer it, it gets more vivid. But when it first goes down, I don't know if you can really see it there, but it's such a like blue jean color. It's really funny to me. Oh, fine, I will take the Citadel cup
Well, I
back.
have one. You gave me one.
Yeah, I gave you the Citadel one, and then I was expecting the Gen Con cup.
Well, do you want the Gen Con cup?
The Citadel cup is yours.
Well, yes, but
So then, yes. I
so
want
are
the
a lot of things that you steal.
I mean, that's only because I'm your wife.
Irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm, indeed.
Mm-hmm, indeed. Are you also going to be listening to the music while you're over here, or are you
Not for right now.
Okay.
How is the music?
It is quite lovely. We're listening to, like, Warhammer,
Hot
like,
beats.
hot beats.
Yes.
Is that actually what it's called?
No, of course not.
Because, I mean,
It's called music compilation. I mean, we're listening to the Dawn of War soundtrack right now.
nice.
But it's a music compilation for reading and painting Warhammer 40k. Not
Nice.
Age of Sigmar.
Oh, you know what? Well, of course not. It's not fantasy enough. There's not... We only allow space elves here, not
Space
land
elves.
elves.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
What about the ones that ride dinosaurs?
Those ones are okay.
Okay. I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, I mean, dinosaur riding elves. Obviously, okay.
Perfect. Alright. How am I going to paint these?
With contrast paint.
Thank you. I meant the color scheme.
I don't know.
Uh-huh.
What are you thinking?
Don't know yet.
Is this the first flamers we've painted?
For the Nurgle, yes.
For the Nurgle, yeah. Oh, good. I already did that side.
Okay, I think I know what I'm going to do.
Nice. Thank you. Hello! Hey, Paul! How are you doing this evening?
stealing this brush.
Okay. Yeah, those ones are my extras, so feel free to take any of those brushes, and then if you need any of the small brushes, I have them on this side.
Excellent. I actually could use a palette.
One moment. Where
I'd get it myself, but there's a lot of cables.
No, there are a lot of cables. Here you go. One palette incoming.
Thank you.
All right. Cheer.
Don't eat your brush.
I was holding the tip or the back side of it in my mouth because I got some paint on the green and I'm trying
likely story.
It's on camera. It's like literally on camera.
So last night...
Yeah.
You could doctor that. You know how to use video editing software. I can't trust that video evidence, by the way.
You know what? You're right.
I am. Okay. So.
Yes. You were saying last night.
Yes. In a haze that had absolutely nothing to do with what date it was.
Yes.
I ordered not a huge amount, but a substantial amount of acrylic medium.
You did?
So that we can start making washes.
Yes, because we're worried about our Nuln Oil.
I'm not so much worried about our Nuln Oil as much as I am worried about the world's Nuln Oil supplies.
That's true.
Because while petroleum oil is at an all-time low,
yeah,
Nuln Oil is at an all-time high. I don't know if those are normally conversely associated with each other, but from now on, I'm going to assume yes.
Yes, I completely agree. Sorry, I was distracted.
Just give me a look.
I did a little bit, but I was also looking down because I saw that Paul was responding. And Paul, it's fine. I wasn't putting the tip of that, the paint goes into my mouth. It was the backside because I was just holding it because I had to get a different brush and I can't set one brush down and then pick up the other. I must hold both brushes, but also hold this handle so that I can paint my miniature, and so the mouth was the only option, because I can't do that thing where you do that and put it on your lips and hold it against your nose or whatever. I can't do that. So the mouth was the only other option. Gosh, calm down. You guys are so stressed about it. Ah! Oh, there's my blue. The wisest guys say, uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
They also say, mm-hmm.
I see.
Yes. What are you seeing?
I see clearly now.
The rain is gone? I actually am very glad that the clouds are kind of going away.
We are 20 minutes into the stream and we have reverted to talking about the weather. Yeah.
No, it's not. It's been very cloudy for the last couple weeks, and this week is actually looking to be sunny, and I'm very excited about it because, clouds make me sad sometimes.
Oh, but see, this is why I can't play Final Fantasy VII around you.
No, but
you said that these clouds make you sad.
I mean, but I want to keep watching you play Final Fantasy VII.
Unfortunately,
remake.
there will continue to be cloud.
But there's only one, not clouds.
Listen, I have heard things get weird in the game. I'm not going to promise anything, and if you post spoilers in the chat, I will be very cross.
All right. Please don't post.
Please no posting or posting.
Yes, please, neither of those things. Any spoilers?
No posting, or poisting. Right?
I mean, you shouldn't eat the brush, Paul. The 7-year-old is correct. But yes, no spoilers. Sometimes.
Yeah, man, no spoilers. I want to see which girl Cloud ends up with, man.
Yeah. My goodness. I'm waiting for
Dude, I don't know what happens at the end of the game. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I know there's twists. I've avoided them.
Good. Twists and turns. I'm gonna just gently stick this guy upside down. This is the other nice thing that you can do with the putty if you need to, is you can hold the miniature in whatever direction you need so that you can get the angle that you need without having to actually grip onto the miniature. So now I can actually access the underside of his pants a little bit better and actually work on that. No one's licking anything. I can't guarantee that my cats aren't licking things, but, you know, they're cats. You have no control over them. Hey, so Paul, are you working on anything this evening? Or Chris, are you working on anything?
Do you have black?
Oh my god, Aerith snipes Dumbledore for 10 points to the Russians to win lane for her E-team?
In 1998, when The Undertaker threw mankind off the roof of Hell in a Cell.
Shit. That's amazing.
Oh.
What?
Your cat just puked on the couch.
Oh.
I will deal with it.
Okay, I'm so sorry. One of my cats was gross.
Like, on many cushions, too.
Great. Well, John is going to be out of the room for a little bit, so it's just you, me, and everybody else in chat, everybody. Nice. I thankfully ate before the stream, so dinner is not a problem for me. Replacing audio for what, Chris? Unless I'm just misunderstanding what that means. Oh, nice. Is it like an animation or a film? Like live action or... Alright, I think these pants are actually looking pretty good. Just need to get the rim kind of around the upper, like his belly. You see it there a little bit, hopefully. Thankfully, if we get any of the blue on his skin, we can just touch it up with some Wraith Bone and go back over. It's not too big of a deal. Apologize if I'm a little quiet for a moment. I'm just concentrating on being as steady as possible. Minimize the amount of cleanup I gotta do. Almost finished with this. I need a little bit more paint though. It's going a little bit better. Alright, I think the rim portion is finished. It's just a little bit of like the upper portion of his pants here. And a little bit on this pocket. Which has a little maggot in it. So cute. Which reverse paint job are you talking about, Paul? The one where you, I actually don't remember. I don't remember what you're talking about. I know we talked about it on your stream last week, but I don't remember specifically what colors we were reversing. But I'm glad that it worked. That's very, very exciting. I always love when a plan works out the way that you were hoping it might, or better than you were hoping it might, depending on how things went. All right, I think he is okay for right now. We're gonna flip him back around, and I think a couple of these guys still need their horns touched up with Skeleton Horde, so that's probably what we're gonna work on next. So let me just find Skeleton Horde. And then also grab Snakebite Leather, because we'll probably have some leather to touch up at some point. Nice. Very cool. What kind of live action, like, is it a comedy? Is it drama? Spoopy? Or horror? What kind of thing is it? I'm always to see what other people are working on project-wise. Alright, so we've got our Skeleton Horde here. Oh, I've, in case anybody was wondering, I have switched to a Citadel small base brush. I was using the monster brush from Wargamer a little bit ago. So Skeleton Horde is definitely one of my favorite contrast paints, in case you guys were wondering. It is awesome. And it layers really nicely, so you can get a really soft wood tone out of it. I don't remember wood tones enough to give you an actual type of wood coloring that it reminds me of, but it's almost, I guess, oddly kind of honey, except less orange when you layer it, and you just get this really nice, I guess, caramel look. I don't know, it's really cool when you layer it, but also works very well as just a single layer where you get this nice, very pale bone coloring, which is hence why it's called Skeleton Horde. I'm definitely going to have to probably pick up a significant number of paints once we're out of quarantine, because I am certainly using a bunch of them. Alright, so Chris says that he is working on a mini-series. You're assisting the editing, and you came on episode 4, so you have no clue what's going on, but it doesn't seem... Let's see, it doesn't seem very funny or dramatic, but hey, who knows? Okay, cool, so you just come on it as an editor rather than, filming the project yourself, but that's really cool. Is that what you do just as, for a living, or is that a, hobby project that you do on the side? Oh no, I can imagine that, especially if you're a commission artist, that if you're running out of colors because, you're doing a particular styling for a commission, yeah, that can be really rough. I really do hope that sometime soon we can at least open up and do, curbside at Games of Berkeley or something, so that we can, so I can selfishly get more paint, because I worry about running out and being sad. All right, these bones are looking pretty good so far. A little bit more to do here. I'll probably darken with a second layer near the base on some of them, depending. Welcome back.
Thank you. Deal with the vacuuming and such afterwards.
Of course, of course. So
I think you need to get different wet food.
Okay. I will... Well, I'm going to the grocery store tomorrow, so I will definitely...
Wear a mask.
Oh, absolutely.
Bring
absolutely.
a shotgun, whatever you need to do to fight the zombies.
I have the zombies here. I think I'll be okay.
Cool. Do I have the black paint?
Which one are you looking for? Abaddon black or are you the contrast black?
That wasn't closed all the way. I am looking for the contrast black, please.
Contrast black. Oh, that is wildwood.
I hate the number of like paint pots I find that the Citadel paint release a gas because I swear.
No, I think what happens is we've been having a problem where we've noticed a couple of our paint pots have gotten left open because I don't think
this Larium medium got left open. It's weird.
where I'd either one of us is not closing them well enough, or I think what's actually happening is I think this little rubber thing on the back is getting wedged just far enough between or it's getting crusty on the bottom side, like inside, and they're just not closing properly anymore. Here's your black, by the way.
Thank you.
I need this guy again. So we're jumping back to lab coat guy, just because I still have a little bit of the skeleton horde out and his horn has not been painted yet. So we are going to use the rest of this paint, not waste it, and just put it on there.
I have to be paranoid about all of our paint evaporating. It's all that's left.
I know. It's very stressful. All right, Chris says he is a caretaker for his grandmother, and you edit film to make on the side. That's awesome. I hope that you get to do lots of cool projects with your editing. Yeah, it's not, I don't know if it's falling apart as much as it's just getting like so crusted up with paint, because what I notice sometimes is we used to have these stored in the Citadel like black box container thingy that they make, and which is great, don't get me wrong. But I think if that problem was happening where we weren't closing them well enough, and then that plastic thing was getting in the way, like that where they clip it onto the sprue that the bottles are originally manufactured as, then what will happen is the paint will slowly leak out. It'll recess into the backside, and I found that that's what's happened to a lot of our paint pots. So I just need to be more careful. What I need to do is I actually need to go through and with clippers and just take these all off, because they constantly get in the way and always make it so the pots never close. I know that you can use them to help keep the lid open. I think that's why.
Well, they do a good job, apparently.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be when it's like when you're using it to leave it propped open, yes. Not leaving it open when it's just, on, when you've closed it and you want it closed.
What a
Gosh darn it.
Idea.
It's only like we've been asking Citadel to give us different, just dropper bottles, guys. Please, just dropper bottles.
I imagine they have like some proprietary machine in their factory that only takes those shaped bottles or something.
Probably. I just also think that at this point they're just, refused because
they don't want to like be used on the same displays as those other peasant paints like Ombi Painter.
Indeed, or Vallejo. Ugh.
Oh yes, the Vallejo.
The Vallejo.
Vallejo.
Indeed. All right, okay. I think that is the only horn he has. Everything else is just guts. So we'll grab somebody else who needs their horns done. Like this boy here. And
okay, I have solved a mystery.
Yeah.
On why this black seemed really gray.
Yeah.
Because you handed me gray.
Did I?
Yes.
Oh.
For you see, ladies and gentlemen, this is a gray paint.
Ah! Sorry. My apologies. I have now handed you Black Temple.
Now, what do you expect me to do? Now I have to redo all of this. Would you just expect me to paint black over gray?
Yes. You'll probably get a rich charcoal color.
How dare you?
I dare. Constantly.
Okay, we really do need to get, like...
What?
Where's the other black?
It should be in the Citadel container. It should be an unopened one.
Okay, in the cupboard?
Yes, in the cupboard.
Because this thing, look in that with the light.
Oh, yeah, it's very... It would be very, very black.
That is true. I might... You know what? I might...
I'm gonna seal it. If you want to use it, feel free, but like save it if you don't for something you want to be like super black. So basically what happened is I think the lid problem has happened to this black contrast paint. And it's dried out mostly. But there is a little bit of pigment in there still there's like a little bit of moisture. So it's probably going to be a very, very deep black because it's just so concentrated because a lot of the contrast medium is probably evaporated. I wonder if you could intentionally do that. You'd have to like specifically time it out though, so that you make sure that you don't forget that you're doing that and actually let it all evaporate, because it does kind of dry up quickly. But I wonder if you could like, I guess that's technically what you're doing when you pull paint around after it's pooled and settled a little bit, is you just pull it around and it darkens and everything. I think this guy only has this one horn. I've been staring at him for a few minutes as I've been talking, going, I feel like he should have more, but I do actually think it's only that one. He has more of the like little tentacle-y things, which we'll be doing. Just gonna do
a new stage in the pandemic.
Oh no, why?
Well, because we've broken into the emergency paints.
For only one of them.
Well, yes, but I'm just saying. It wasn't the world economy shutting down. It was the fact that I had to get the spare black out of the cupboard.
It's true. I mean, we are doomed now.
True enough.
All right, I'm just going over a couple of these guys who already have their horns painted and doing a little bit of touch-up to the, was that a satisfied fresh paint pot opening?
Yes, it was. By the way, do you have the balls?
They're in that middle drawer, so no, I do not have the balls.
Very well. I will get the balls.
Cool.
Some ASMR drawer opening there for you. Okay.
I wish that it was called. I actually don't wish. I
totally did that.
So sorry about the earthquake
impact
that just happened.
It's California. It happens.
It is. Sorry, but going back to Chris's, Golden Paints is actually a really good paint brand. That's actually what I'm using for their rim, is one of the Golden Paints. My only complaint about Golden is that they are super, super, super expensive sometimes compared to other artist brand paint companies in the industry. I used to work in an art supply store, so I'm very familiar with like Golden and Liquitex and Winsor Newton and all of those paint brands. And Golden definitely has like the best quality, but man, they're so expensive, which, I mean, I can't really say much. Citadel's also very expensive. I've never actually used the Golden on the miniature itself. I've only ever used it as like a rim color because it's more opaque than sometimes the Citadel. Well, the base coats aren't, but I don't own a lot of base like paints anymore for Citadel. I mostly own contrast. So I do have like paints left over from when I worked at the art supply store. So I've been using those for...
That's what we have the medium coming for, because you have so much ink.
Yes, we have a ton of ink, so we're going to try making our own shade using Winsor Newton inks, like acrylic inks, and then acrylic medium, a little bit of dish soap, and then... was there anything else we needed? We needed minerals.
Basically what we're gonna do, because there was two different formulas, and this was Midwinter Minis formula.
Yes.
And basically it's 1 part the pigment or ink, in this case, ink of your choice. And then his recipe was 4 parts acrylic paint medium.
Mm-hmm.
And then a drop of dish soap for flow aid. So if you have flow aid, you just use that as well.
Right.
And then 1 part PVA glue, because this was for a sealant as well. It's a sealant wash.
Yeah.
So like for terrain. If you want it for just a normal wash, instead of doing 4 parts of the acrylic medium and 1 part of the glue, you would just do 5 parts acrylic medium and forego the glue entirely.
Interesting.
So basically 1 part ink, 5 parts medium, 1 drop of good old lemony pledge.
Yay!
Not lemon pledge. Whatever.
Dish
Dawn.
soap.
Lemon Dawn.
Lemon Dawn. I don't think we have Lemon Dawn. I think we have just like whatever.
We have whatever the blue one is.
Yeah, whatever the blue one is. Sometimes we get the green one. Depends on what color I'm feeling.
Oh.
What color? Oh man, I should totally paint that arm. So I just realized I was looking under here and I'm like, I haven't painted this arm at all. So his arm over there, I'm just passing the miniature to John.
Yep.
This one here, it looks like it has like a carapace around it, like almost
It
bone.
does.
I'm thinking of leaving some of it in the green.
Mm-hmm.
And putting a glaze of the.
Do it as whatever color you're gonna do his spines as.
Well, I was thinking of doing the spines the same in the bone.
Okay, then I would do the carapace in the bone.
Okay, cool. Decided. We're gonna do the spines, and I'm gonna leave them tinted in green. I kind of like that look.
Yeah, I think that'll work well.
But I'm gonna put the bone, and if it's more bone than green in some places, that is okay. I like the...
He's now more bone than man.
Oh my god. I'm pretty sure that these are all more bone than man. I'm not sure that they're men at all anymore.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun!
How is chat?
Chat is doing well. We always need more lemon pledge. That is true. That is true. Want to keep things
especially nowadays,
clean.
man. They've been sold out of lemon pledge for weeks.
Have they? Have they still been sold out?
I mean,
I've seen some
I'm pretty
cleaning
sure
supplies
cleaning
restocked.
supplies are just, still in shortage.
Right. Oh yeah, I like that. Actually, this skeleton horde over the plague flesh. It's actually kind of a nice.
Dude, well, once we
orange.
actually get access to supplies again, I want to do more layering experiments.
Oh yeah. We've been watching a lot of painting videos in the last day. Really,
I was gonna say really the last 2 days, yeah.
In the last 2 days, we've watched a lot of Midwinter Minis stuff, but we've also been watching a variety of other YouTubers who do all miniature stuff, and a lot of them have been talking about glazing recently, which is
I think that's the new hot thing.
I think it's the new hot thing, which is just funny to me because that's a term that I learned back in art
I'm
college.
not saying it's a new technique.
No, it's not a new technique or anything like that. I just think it's always interesting to me when certain
I remember when dry brushing became the hot thing to teach.
Yeah, exactly. When dry brushing was new, it just was odd. New to because I feel like a lot of people.
Well, it somehow
sometimes don't
somehow dry brushing got a better manager for itself. And just around 2000 to 2005, I would say, there was a big push from either Citadel or somebody to go, hey guys, look at how much easier mini painting is with this new thing called dry brushing. Which I feel like they had always been teaching it, but they had a term for it finally.
Yeah, I think that's what happened is I feel like sometimes certain terms just elude the majority of a community, the miniatures community sometimes, but are maybe fine art terms, or techniques or whatever, and so people have been doing them for years, but maybe not especially pre-internet. How would you know if you were glazing? You couldn't show anyone except for physically in person because you didn't have the internet yet to share your miniature photos.
There were no miniature photos. People didn't paint miniatures for miniature photos back then, Angela.
I mean, that might entirely be true.
They painted their miniatures to defeat each other in honorable combat.
It's true. But seriously though, with that, it's just, I don't know, it's interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry that I said so many times there. I was just rambly.
There is an anime character that does that, and I can't remember who it is now,
I don't.
Maybe a video game character.
I could believe that. Okay, I'm gonna leave his elbow green. Because I like to believe that that's just, this thing just, grew around his arm.
Well, yeah, it's a carapace.
Some of them are more buggy than others.
Well, yeah, but a bug would have an exoskeleton, which would be a carapace.
Well, no, I know, but that's what I'm saying. I like them when they're more buggy. I wish more of the poxwalkers were buggy.
Well, they all can.
Oh, have we looked into... so one of the things that we saw on Midwinter Minis videos the other day was a Rogue Trader Blackstone Fortress set.
Yeah, I remember that was the store set. You guys have it at the store.
Do we? Okay.
Yeah, it did not sell well.
I think I remember that.
Yeah.
Do you know if those minis are sold in, like, you know how they release those collections
I
of
don't
just
think
the
they have
miniatures?
yet. Not
Okay.
to my knowledge, not those.
Okay. We saw some cool miniatures from Blackstone Fortress, and since we're actually playing that game, and also they always have really cool miniatures in those sets, I really just want to get, like, all of the sets now.
You say we're playing that game. I've been waiting for you to, like, set it up.
I've been waiting for you to set it up.
I have been busy.
You have. I will set it up. I will not set it up tonight because we're obviously busy tonight.
Yeah, like...
But I'm going to set it up at some point. I have pulled out sorry, I paused there randomly because I was like, what am I doing? I have pulled out the Plaguebearer flesh, which is what all but this guy's flesh tone is on most of these Poxwalkers, which I've done this a little bit with a couple of them. So there will be a couple of Poxwalkers in each of my groups that are going to be not the standard green Plaguebearer flesh. I did a couple of them in Raykar flesh. I did a couple of them in Gilliman flesh. Actually, I think I did a couple of them in a layered tone of Skeleton Horde. I think those are the 3 colors that I did it in. And then eventually down the line, because I have a variety of the easy to builds that are built but not based yet, those ones I think I'm going to save and do conversions for the few, like, army, like, basically I want to make some converted Poxwalkers from factions that my Poxwalkers in actual games have killed.
How dare you?
So, like, there will be, I don't know if, have they killed any Necrons? I know Paul will know that they've killed some because I think I fought him. Did I fight you, Paul? Is that when?
God, I feel like they probably killed 1 or 2 Necron warriors in combat.
Yeah, I know they've killed some Imperial Guard. I think they've killed some Necrons. I don't know how that works with converting. Basically, I want a Poxwalker to, like, rise as the base, like the foundation is whatever faction that they killed.
Oh, that wouldn't be too hard to do.
Well, but Necrons are oh, that was not the color I need to put there. This is the green, not the Skeleton Horde. What was I saying? Oh, but they're not organic, so, like, would the plague actually affect them? I feel like...
Yes, there is
Or has Nurgle adapted?
Nurgle can affect metal.
Okay. I guess that's true.
He is not just disease. He is pestilence. He is entropy. He is decay.
Okay, cool. So I would just need to treat it more like that rather than, like...
Yeah, oxidation still falls within his domain.
Okay, cool. Can they oxidize, though, I guess?
Yeah, and then there is also, I believe, precedent in the lore for Nurgle-based, like, computer viruses.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I had not realized. I really should read more of the books.
There's precedent for just about everybody to attack everybody.
My goodness. I suppose that makes sense, since they want you to get all of the factions.
Exactamundo. Okay.
How is yours going?
Mine's going pretty well, actually.
Nice.
I just did a cleanup pass.
Sweet. I am working on the Carapace guy still.
Fancy.
Painting his very pointy fingers. Yeah.
Is everything alright?
Yeah, I'm just making sure that we're still... Just haven't seen chat update in a little while, so either people are being...
we need more lemon pledge is still the last thing that was really said.
Okay, cool. Just making sure.
Yes. It is nearing 7, however, if you need a break.
I do think I'm going to take a break here in a second. Let me just finish moving this paint around so it doesn't pool too much.
Yes.
And then I will probably take a, 5-10 minute break.
Okay.
What you looking for?
I was looking for a piece of paper.
Oh, to put over the camera?
No, I was going to slap a note down on the table that says "Be right back."
Oh, I can do something for that.
Because I don't have an away image prepped right now, so...
Oh, that's fine, that's fine.
Also, can I have the Death Guard Not the Death Guard green, but the color we're using for the...
Oh, yeah, the Militarum green. Here you go.
Yes, thank you.
Here, in case you need it, do you need the orange?
No.
Okay.
This is for the tank.
Oh, right, of course.
The tank which has actual metallics on it.
Yes. That's right. Yeah, for our tanks, we decided to put metallics on them, and then for...
Just because they're bigger.
Yeah, they're bigger. I want the shine to come through, but I actually like the more muted... I actually like, I think... I don't know, it really depends, but at least on the Death Guard, I like the more muted, flat, non-metallic look, which the orange actually accomplishes really well.
Well, it's because, it's Death Guard, so it really shouldn't be that shiny.
Exactly. I think I might give him orange pants.
Heresy.
Why is that heresy?
Or is he a Poxwalker?
Yeah.
It's heresy.
You know what? That's a fair point. All right, I will be right back, folks. Let me actually get...
Whoa, shake all the cameras.
Oh, gosh, I'm so sorry. So sorry.